Hello, and welcome to Bellshill Central's Advent Reflections throughout the month of December. You might want to think of these reflections, blogs, as a window into our Advent calendar as we journey towards Christmas Day together. So, day one, we think about the Word. And we think about this verse from the Gospel of John at chapter 1, verse 14. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. So there are stacks and stacks and stacks of different ways that words come to us. And I wonder how many you can think about. It's not a trick question. We hear words every day. We just take them for granted. Words come to us through TV, social media, telephones, overhearing a conversation. We hear people talk, songs, podcasts, films, and the radio, of course. Then if we think of other settings, teachers at the front of a class, friends in the playground, people we meet in the street, having conversations with family and friends. Do you have a favourite way of hearing words? Well, God has been using words to communicate with people for a very, very long time. Thousands and thousands of years ago, he spoke mainly through his prophets. Sometimes he spoke to people in their dreams. Occasionally, he spoke to a person directly from heaven. And that was pretty special, but it didn't happen all that often. One thing we do know from all of this is that God loves to speak, and he loves us, his people, to listen to what he says. You might say, why? Why is it important to hear what God says? Because his words tell us what he is like and what is his best way for us to live. And that's why God loves to speak to us. God has a special plan to tell us about himself through Jesus. Jesus was the very big, important word that God had to say. When Jesus lived, he was like an alive word from God. Everything he did and showed us is what God would do and show us. It also showed us how to live to please God. So Jesus is the Word from God who came down and lived right here on earth. When we listen to Jesus in the Bible and see how he lived, we hear God's alive word being spoken to us. So, Bellshill Central, we wonder just how much you know about Jesus. Perhaps it's a lot, or perhaps it's not much. Each day in our Advent calendar, we'll be learning something more. So keep listening to God's alive word, Jesus.
O come,